Hello, this is Jennifer with Women Loving Jesus, and today we're on Proverbs 15:12. A scoffer does not love one who corrects him, nor will he go to the wise. What this is saying, and this is interesting in Proverbs, we've got a lot of different words we say for someone who's not following God, and scoffer is one of them. They scoff at the wisdom of God. And when they are corrected, or if they're not corrected, they're not going to seek out conversations or be in the company of people who are following God. They don't want to hear that wisdom. Interestingly enough, I started in this field when I was 19 years old, and I was learning to grow as a person and as a therapist as I was on that path. And as I was learning some things, I tended to be the type of therapist that would be a little straightforward and say, this is what's going on. Um, you know, and this is the way to correct it or not correct it, right? if you And not necessarily enable or cover up, or maybe you don't want to hear this, so I'm not going to say it. And it surprised me, not only in my work life, but I would do this personally too, and in my personal life, is people would not show up because I would say something that obviously any wisdom I had came from God. So when God uses me and I have wisdom and he tells me to speak the truth, people would stop coming around and they didn't want to talk to me. And there are people that specifically don't ever want to say anything, hear from me, or ever engage with me in personal life. And it's because of this, like, they don't want to hear anything that has God's wisdom. And not that, anything I do is amazing in myself, but it does come from God, and God does use me. So it does come out in conversations and who I am trying to follow God, because when you follow God, it will come out. And I did not get this at first. Like, I could not understand what was happening, but this is what was happening in Proverbs. Like, it really took me a while to figure out all the pieces, that the rejection wasn't necessarily personal. The rejection was the rejection of God's words and who he is. And when you follow Christ, people will reject you because that is going to come out. And sometimes God doesn't want us to just, there's a balance. He doesn't want us to just not say anything. He doesn't want us to sugarcoat things or pretend that it's okay to not follow God. Or even some of our actions will be contrary to what people are doing because they're following God and other people are following the world. And that just speaks volumes to people, and they don't want to be around that, seeing someone follow God when they are not. And so what you'll see is there's an avoidance there of you sometimes because of your life following God or the words that you say. So I pray that this scripture today with the Spirit has encouraged you, and I thank you for listening.